Ever wondered how to power your next big idea? From smart home automation to building your own supercomputer, Raspberry Pi boards are at the heart of countless innovations. But with so many options, how do you choose the right one? That's why in this video, I'll walk you through on how to navigate through Raspberry Pi board selection. I'll be explaining the power of Raspberry Pi, what each board can do, and which board will suit you most for your projects. Hello everyone, welcome to IoT Frontier. My name is Hariharna. Let's get started with this video. What makes Raspberry Pi so special? It's powerful, versatile, and incredibly accessible platform. It started in education, but today it's driving everything from hobbyist projects to serious industrial applications. There is a massive, vibrant community ready to help you every step of the way. So you can see the core market segments. So 40% market share is with industrial and commercial, and 35% share with hobbyists and makers, and then 25% with education. Now let's try to understand each board. The first one is the Raspberry Pi 5, the ultimate powerhouse. With its 2.4 GHz quad-core Cortex A76 processor and up to 16 GB of RAM, it's a true desktop replacement. Think AI projects, robust home servers, or even powering advanced robotics. It even has a PCIe interface for super fast storage. And here we can see the price range also, starting from $50 and more than 5,000 in Indian rupees. Next up is Raspberry Pi 4. This is a versatile all-rounder. It is still a champion. The Raspberry Pi 4 Model B offers an incredible balance of performance and price. Its 1.5 GHz quad-core processor and up to 8 GB of RAM make it perfect for media centers, home automation hubs. It is the go-to for most of the general projects. And the price we can see, it is starting from $45 and in Indian rupees we can see around 4,000. So next we will see Raspberry Pi 02W. So it is tiny yet mighty. Need something small and discreet? Then 02W is your answer. Don't let its size fool you. Its 1 GHz quad-core processor makes it surprisingly capable. Ideal for IoT devices, network-wide and blocker-like Pi-hole, building a portable retro gaming console. And the price you can see here is $15 in US, and in India we can see around 1500. Next we'll talk about Raspberry Pi Pico W, the microcontroller maestro. Now the Pico W is a bit different. It's a microcontroller and not a full computer. This tiny board is designed for precise real-time control of electronics and sensors. With built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, it's perfect for wireless IoT sensors, smart home gadgets, or small robotics where low power and direct hardware interactions are key. And the price is also very low, which is like $7 and around 600-700 rupees. Next we can see the Raspberry Pi Compute Module 5. This is mostly for industrial and embedded systems, and this is the engine of Raspberry Pi 5. But packaged for industrial and custom embedded systems. Like if you are a manufacturer building your own product and need the power of the Pi in a highly customized form, then this Compute Model 5 or CM5 is designed for you. Which Pi is right for you? So we can follow this flowchart to understand. So what is your main goal first? So for example, if you need maximum computing power for a desktop or AI, then Pi 5 or Compute Module 5 will be your top pick. Here also we'll be having two options. If you are building your own product with customization, then Compute Module 5 will be useful, but if you are using the vanilla Raspberry Pi 5, then you can use it directly. Next is, if you are looking for compactness and affordability, then 02W is the best bet for small budget-friendly IoT devices. This is great for discrete low power applications with some of the processing needed. So next thing is about if you need a real-time control and ultra-low power for sensors or robotics, then you need to opt for Raspberry Pi Pico W. This is perfect for embedded systems where you don't need a full operating system and a small firmware is enough. And if you are looking for an overall balanced all-rounder, which is for general computing, media centers, home automation, or some kind of programming education, then the Raspberry Pi 4 Model B is best for you. Now we can look into the application profiles and how to get started with Raspberry Pi. So each of the board is excelling at its own place. So in this chart, we can see we are comparing with key decision making criteria such as raw performance, cost effectiveness, physical size, power effectiveness, and I/O capabilities. So if you can understand these profiles, it will be helpful for you to pick a perfect board for your project. And how do we get started with Raspberry Pi? First thing is, based on your project, you need to choose your board, and it will depend on the performance, size, and cost. And once you have chosen that, you have to also choose the accessories. So some of the Raspberry Pi boards would need a micro SD card. We'll also need a power supply, adapters, HDMI cable, input and output devices, etc. So you need to select them as well. After that, you also need to install operating systems. Except for Pi Pico, you need to install operating system for others such as Raspberry Pi OS onto your micro SD card. And you can use your regular computer to install the operating system for the Pi. After that, you can connect and power up, and that's it. Then you will be able to do the coding, connecting your sensors and create your projects. And finally, we'll compare the families of Raspberry Pi. So first, we are talking about Raspberry Pi Pico family. So here you can see the specifications. In this column, you can see the processor, RAM, flash memory, wireless, if it allows wireless communication or not, and what is the price and the use cases. So we have in the Pi Pico family, we have 4 different models. The first one is Pico, Pico W, Pico 2, and Pico 2W. And in the Pico, we have this RP2040 dual core M0 133 MHz, and the same is with Pico W. The only difference that we can see is wireless capabilities are available. That's why you can see W mentioned. This Pico W will have Wi-Fi 4 and Bluetooth 5.2 version, and it has both will be having RAM of 264 KB and the flash memory 2 MB, and the price is almost difference between just $2 or 200 rupees. And these are useful for embedded control, learning electronics, and if you want to connect the sensors, smart home devices, etc. The next one is the next model, that is Pico 2 and 2W. Here also you can compare that majority of the features are same, but only difference would be on the wireless, and that's why the W name has come. So here you will be having RP2350 dual core M33 at 150 MHz, and the RAM is 520 KB, so it is double of Pico, and also the flash memory is also double, that is 4 MB. And in the Pico 2 you don't have wireless capabilities, and Pico 2W you have wireless capabilities like Wi-Fi 4 and Bluetooth 5.2, and the cost is also just 200 rupees or $2 difference. And these are used for advanced embedded control, where you need more RAM and also flash memory, and if you want to control wirelessly as well. Next family that we are going to cover is Pi Zero family. So these Zero family provides ultra compact and high affordable single board computers. So these are very perfect where you need a small size and also cost. So you can use it for discrete and budget friendly implementation. So here also you can see 2 options, 0W as one where only difference is wireless, and 2W as a latest version. So here you can see the processor is also very powerful with 1 GHz single core ARM11, and the RAM you can see 512 MB LPDDR2, and the wireless is difference. Here you can see Wi-Fi 4 and BT 4.1 for 0W, and the cost it starts from around 1000 rupees, and 0W would be around similar cost. And 02W, if you compare, it will be again having 1 GHz, but the core has increased 4 times. So previously we were using single core, now it is quad core Cortex A53, and the RAM is similar compared to the previous one, that is 512 MB LPDDR2, and the wireless capabilities are also similar with the latest version of 4.2 BT, that is Bluetooth is used here, and Wi-Fi 4 is used, and the cost is also somewhat increased. And the use cases here would be like if you want to do some more capable IoT systems and some kind of light servers and small robotics projects, then you can use this. Next family that we are going to compare is the main family of Raspberry Pi, that is Pi 4B and Raspberry Pi 5, which is the latest version. So you can almost see the huge difference between Raspberry Pi 4B and 5. So here you will be having the processor of 1.5 GHz quad-core Cortex A72, and here it is almost 2.4 GHz quad-core Cortex A76. And the RAM options are similar, but here you will be having higher RAM as well, like 16 GB with LPDDR4X. And the connectivity you can see almost similar. And the USB ports is also same compared to the previous versions, where you will be having 2 USB 3.0 and 2 USB 2.0. And coming to the video output, that is, you will be having dual 4K micro HDMI ports. And PCIe interface is a major upgrade in Raspberry Pi 5, wherein you can connect a fast storage or other GPUs directly connected to the Raspberry Pi 5, which is not available in Pi 4. And the cost is also significantly higher, even though it is shown as this 4780 or $50, that would be for lowest variant. And if you see the use cases, Raspberry Pi 4B is used for media centers, home automation, education purpose, some POCs that you want to do, all of them can be done. And this is a perfect balance. And if you want to use a more powerful system for IoT project, or if you want to use AI ML projects as well and also try to replace your desktop, then you can use Raspberry Pi 5. You can run it as a smart servers as well. And finally, we'll be having Compute Module 4 versus Compute Module 5. This is nothing but the same comparison between the Pi 4 and Pi 5, because the behind Pi 4 and 5 we have this Compute Module 4 chip itself. So the same comparison you will be able to see, and everything will be optional here. So RAM, MMC, and also we can have the PCIe interface added. So those kind of things can be utilized with Compute Module 4 and 5. This will give you more flexibility if you are designing it for embedded industrial and commercial applications where you want to do a custom product development. And this is the final comparison where you can see the Pi 5, 4B, 02W, Pico W and Compute Module 5. And that's it. You have just got the complete idea on navigating the Raspberry Pi board selection. If you found this video informative, please type helpful in the comment section below and smash that like button. If you are still confused on which board to select for your project, you can book a one-on-one slot with me using TopMate link in the description below. Also, if you are getting started into IoT and looking for a good IoT course for beginners, then you can enroll into my course in Udemy. I'll put the links in the description for you. Your support means a lot to us and helps us keep creating more content like this. So please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another interesting video.